A reporter from Vox decided to do the radical task of asking Republicans what problems their healthcare bill is trying to fix specifically. And the results are incredible here. So listen to this back and forth with John McCain. Tara Goldchin of Vox asks, generally, what are the big problems this bill is trying to solve? McCain, almost all of them. They're trying to get to 51 votes. Tara, policy-wise, what are the problems in the American healthcare system this is trying to solve? And is the bill doing that right now? McCain, well, it's whether you have full repeal, whether you have partial repeal, whether you have the basis of it. It's spread all over. Tara, but based on the specifics of the bill you have heard so far, is it solving the problems in the healthcare system? McCain, what I hear is that we have not reached consensus. That's what everybody knows. Tara, right, but outside of getting the votes, from what you hear of the actual legislation being written, is it solving the problems you see? McCain, it's not being written because there's no consensus. Tara, but generally speaking, what are the big problems it is trying to solve? McCain, you name it. Everything from the repeal caucus, which, as you know, they have made their views very clear, Rand Paul, etc., and then there are the others on the other side of the spectrum that just want to make minor changes to the present system. There's not consensus. Oh my God, that's the saddest back and forth I've ever seen. So do you understand what's happening here? And she's not talking to the worst of the worst on the Republican side. She's talking to John McCain, who every now and then, rarely, but every now and then he'll buck orthodoxy on that side. Maverick. Please. But even he can't put in words like, oh, yeah, the problems that we're trying to solve are, obviously, the uninsured rate. Under the original bill, 53 million people are uninsured. We can't have that. Problem we're trying to solve? Oh, I don't know. The original bill got $880 billion from Medicaid, and that's crazy, and that's unsustainable, and we can't have that. He can't give any specifics. Oh, problem we're trying to solve. For pre-existing conditions, there's no longer protections for that in the bill. The states are allowed to opt out of protecting people for pre-existing conditions. McCain can't say anything of substance, anything that this Republican healthcare legislation is trying to fix. So what does he do? He's doing the Trump move. What's the Trump move? You don't know anything that's in the bill, so you pivot to talking about the process of the bill. That's what Trump did. He was asked, I think it was in a Time interview. Might not have been Time, might have been a different one. But he was asked about his healthcare bill and the specifics of it, the actual policy substance of it, and hey, what are you trying to fix? And how does it fix said problems in our healthcare system? And he would go, yeah, tremendous. What we're doing is we're working with the Freedom Caucus and tremendous people, incredible people, some of the best people. And what we do is we sit down with the Tea Party people and we're making deals. We're making deals and we're negotiating, and it's a process, but we're gonna get an amazing bill for the American people. It's incredible. This is a bill you've never seen a bill like this. This is some of the best bills that I've ever seen. And they're like, wait, what do you mean? Well, we asked you about the policies. Yeah, so we're working on it. We almost have the votes that we need. We're very close to getting the number of votes. I've met the great congressman from Indiana, tremendous congressman, let me just tell you. And so he would pivot to talking about the process of passing the bill when asked about the policy substance of the bill. You want to know why? Because everything that's in the bill is indefensible. Every part of the bill is indefensible. There's not a single part of this bill that actually improves the healthcare system. Yeah, you heard me right. Not a single. You go read the CBO report. I just told you parts of it. In total, 53 million people will be uninsured. $880 billion cut from Medicaid. It's a giant, tremendous tax cut to the rich. You get the uninsured rate going from 10% to 19% in the country. So it doesn't fix anything. It's a healthcare reform or a health insurance reform that's just a bigger giveaway to the health insurance companies, and it screws over the American people. The people who need coverage the most, they're the people who pay way more under this bill. Paul Ryan didn't even know how insurance worked when he was discussing this. He was doing a little press conference thing on it, and he's discussing it. He's like, yeah, the problem we have in our system today is that all these young, healthy people are paying for all these old people. Yeah, idiot, that's insurance. That is insurance. So none of them can answer. Trump, of course, can't answer, but John McCain, who's viewed as one of the more reasonable Republicans, I know it's hard to come across such thing, even he's like, this is, we're negotiating, and are we going to have full repeal or partial repeal, and we haven't reached consensus, but we're working on consensus. Whatever, I asked you about the policies. Beep, 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 beep. They got nothing for you because it is totally and utterly indefensible. The answer, by the way, for the Democrats, because what they'll do is, see, stupid Republicans, we got to defend Obamacare. That's not enough. That's not enough. That's not enough. So that's a given. That's the fucking easiest. That's the layup of all layups of all time. Yeah. Defend Obamacare. Oh, yay. The minor gains that we made in our healthcare system. Wonderful. Defend that. Thank you very much, you warriors for the people. No, what you should say is, they're crazy. Let me point out the facts of how terrible Trumpcare is. I'll point out some of the gains we made under Obamacare, but I'll describe how now we need Medicare for all. Because that's how we cover everybody. No more millions of people uninsured. We still have millions of people uninsured under Obamacare. 45,000 people die every year because they don't have access to basic health care. I mean, medical bills is one of the top causes of bankruptcy. So what you should say is, hey, here are the gains we made under Obamacare, millions more covered, protection for pre-existing conditions. But now, Medicare for all, single payer. Everybody's covered and we pay less. Everybody's covered and we pay less. Get rid of the rapacious, for-profit, price gouging middleman that is unnecessary. Medicare for all. Let's catch up to every other modern nation. Has one version or another of a single payer system. Let's catch up. Let's do it. That's how the Democrats need to fight back. Point out how stupid this is. They can't defend it because it is quite literally indefensible. And say, we've made some gains, but now the ultimate goal is Medicare for all. But the Democrats aren't doing that. Most of the Democrats are doing but Obamacare is great, and we gotta protect healthcare. Protect, like, the fucking 25% gains you made? That's not something that's inspiring to people. Should we protect the 25% gains? Yes, but tell me you want to go all the way. But that's the Democrats just expect that to be enough. Take your half loaf or a quarter loaf and shut the fuck up. No, Nancy Pelosi. Come out and fucking argue for Medicare for all and support the bill. By the way, because of Justice Democrats, National Nurses United, and brand new Congress, and you guys and all the hard work you're doing, signing the petition, calling your Congresspeople, we took the Medicare for All bill, H.R. 676, from 72 co-sponsors, so Democratic Congresspeople, 72, all the way up to 112. So the people have power, they just don't know it. And there are systems in place to make you feel isolated and like you have no power. You do have power, but it comes in organization and activism. And that's stuff that people, most of the time, they're not involved in. So we just kind of sit there and let the corporations run our system. Well, no more. We're going to force the Democrats to the right position. And by the way, they're going to go kicking and screaming, but then they're going to win and go, oh, maybe this was the right thing to do. I'm just kidding. Corporate Democrats will never admit that. But yes, the gains that will come from the Democrats will come from the Bernie wing of the Democratic Party, will come from Justice Democrats, because we actually stand for something, not just they're bad, the Republicans. Yeah, we got that. File that under duh. But what are you going to do? Just defending Obamacare is not enough. Medicare for all is the answer.